Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Second Breakfast podcast. I'm Andy Roth, alongside Phil Duvall. Say hi, Phil.
How you doing?
Oh my God. Time for another 5 minute Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. And we will try to keep it as close to 5 minutes as possible. We're not going to make it, but who cares?
We're
Today
gonna
it's time.
try.
Yeah, we're going to try. Today's time for another installment of our favorite and yours, Because We're Idiots. Things
Yep.
that we've
Yep.
things that we've done that we've said that were just wrong, or maybe an opinion, but we're such a terrible opinion that we're
Yep.
objectively wrong.
Because we're idiots too. Electric Boogaloo.
Everything
I'm
with the
excited
twos
for this.
is going to
I'm
be
ex-
electric boogaloo. Yes, I'm excited for it as well.
I have a bunch of ways that we're idiots, Andy, but I hear you have. I've heard tale that you have a very miniaturized version of why we're idiots. So why don't you throw it to us and get the ball rolling?
Well, I will get the ball rolling with something that I was an idiot about because I just should have remembered it. We were discussing the best wedding scenes in movies,
Oh, I have this written down too. I bet it's the
and
same thing.
and I missed I and it's it, I missed the end of The Graduate.
Oh, I didn't miss that. I made a point. If you watch
Oh,
the video, there's a point when I start to say something, I go, we've got to give a shout out to, and then I stop myself and I said, never
right?
mind. You know why? Because I hate the ending of that movie. Only because it's terrible.
To The Graduate? You hate the end of The
Yes.
Graduate?
Wait, hold on. Let me think if I'm talking about the right movie. Yes. Stupid.
You're terrible. Just
Okay.
on
I have no
every
problem with
level.
that. It's the worst.
That makes the movie work. The ending
Okay.
makes the movie work.
It's not one of my favorite movies.
Well, it's
That's
not
one of
one of
those
my
movies that
favorite
everyone's
movies
like,
either.
that's one of those movies that everyone's like, it's so great. And then I saw it and I was like, okay, it's cool. It's a big long Simon and Garfunkel video. That's fine.
Interesting.
There's moments.
Interesting. I saw the movie because everyone was like, "Oh, it's so good," and I was like, "Wow, everyone's pretty much right."
That's cool.
Um, it also has Richard Dreyfuss's first appearance in a movie ever. He,
True.
yes, he
It's in
has like one
the
line and it's
frat scene or
awesome.
something, or he's like a
He lives in the dorm with Dustin
yeah, that's
Hoffman. He's
right.
like, "You want me to call the police? I'll call the police." Like from behind the
Ugh, you want to
landing.
go in, please? Ugh, ugh, ugh,
Yeah.
ugh. Let me just say, there's a great, like a just a devastatingly fantastic takedown of that movie from one of the Whit Stillman movies. I'm pretty sure it's Barcelona, but it might be Metropolitan, where the Chris Eigeman character, who always plays the sort of he's sort of like the cynical capitalist. He just destroys that movie. He's like, so there's this guy who's got everything going for him. Everything's great. He's a well trimmed like put together guy who's marrying this girl, and then this other guy who's got no prospects and no anything takes her out of the marriage. And by the way, who slept with her mom, takes her out of the like stops her from getting married for no reason, not because he loves her, not because they should get married, just because. There's like it's literally like nihilism. It's nihilism on film, and I have no interest in it. It's like The Graduate is like it's like if you want to just distill all the things that annoy me about baby boomers into one movie, shikling, and turn it into a pill. It would be called that pill would be called the Graduate pill, and it would be made of plastics. Thank you.
Wow. Well, Phil has hereby hijacked my thing that I was an idiot about, and you know what? You know what? I am impenetrable. You have changed my
Ting,
opinion on this
ting.
movie not at all.
That's fine. That's fine.
Even as I
I,
might agree with some of the things you just said, I actually don't care. So, it
I
is
I
a
respect your
truly
stubbornness.
it is a truly wonderful movie, regardless of what you say.
I res-
And
I respect your pigheadedness. I think that's healthy. And
yes, me too. Me
you know,
too.
Andy, throughout the Old Testament, God refers to your people as stiff necked. That's all I'm saying.
Don't you Old Testament me, tough guy.
Oh, sorry. Throughout the Hebrew Bible, throughout the Hebrew. Okay, you know what?
Don't
It's
you
a five
Hebrew
minute
Bible
Monday.
me, tough guy. Why,
Or-
why were you an idiot? Why
okay.
were you an idiot?
There's so many reasons. We did a whole weddings thing. I thought you would get this, but how could you get it? Because you've never actually seen The Godfather. The greatest wedding scene of all
It
time
is a
is The
wonderful wedding
Godfather.
scene.
Even though it doesn't technically show the wedding, it's the whole
Right.
wedding party,
Yes?
and we didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I got a text from someone. I won't say who it was. It was my brother. Who said, and it was the day after we did that one, and it just said, "Godfather, you schmuck." And I immediately, and he didn't even say what it was referring to. I just saw that and I was like, "Yep,
Yeah.
okay."
Yeah.
So that was a terrible call on our part.
Sure.
Okay. We did a podcast on sports, and you already messed up one, which was that you were talking about how give me one idea of even one possibly good football show. Well,
There has never been a football TV show that was worth anything.
wherein both of us have on our top five of all time lists Friday Night Lights.
Easily, easily. Just it's just such a good
It's
show, and
problematic.
and we were such idiots for not immediately saying it. Yes.
We should have mentioned Hoosiers, and we failed in that regard. Even if we weren't going to say that basketball was the best sport for sport movies,
Oh,
Hoosiers
sure.
single-handedly almost makes it a category. Hoosiers and White Men Can't Jump, which I think are about equal in their quality terms. And
Interesting.
then the
Okay.
third thing is golf. Someone mentioned golf. We failed because I think golf actually you can argue a lot of the same things you can argue about a lot of other sports because it's that one-on-one sort of thing.
Yep.
And it's that
Yeah, it shares a certain kinship in that respect with boxing movies because it is sort of one person against X. One person against
I
another
still say
fighter.
baseball.
Yeah.
I still say baseball and boxing are the best, but we really should have at least mentioned those in the conversation. And
Fair.
the final, and here's you know why we didn't, Andy?
Hmm.
Because we're idiots.
Because we're idiots.
I have
Yes.
one more for you before we sign off here.
Tell me.
We did a whole podcast on musicals last week,
Yes.
and we failed hugely,
How did we fail?
hugely, because we didn't even mention Disney movies. Like Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Robin Hood, Cinderella, Snow White. Come on. Like,
Okay, I I'm not going to disagree that we're idiots for doing that, but in my head, I'm I was thinking live action musicals.
and that's fine, but that's fine for you, but I said my second favorite musical of all time was the South Park movie, which is a cartoon. And then I
That's
said, and
not
then
a
we
bad
talked
point.
about South Park and we talked about Team America. The person who brought this up to me, by the way, did say maybe it shouldn't count because they're cartoons, but I don't agree. I mean, they're musicals by
Absolutely,
definition. In
I
fact,
agree.
when you think about how we were introduced to musicals as children, chances are we were introduced to them by Disney.
Even I was, and as you know, and as I said in the musicals podcast, I absolutely I'm a devotee of Broadway. I love stage
Right.
musicals.
Right.
But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I was
Because
introduced.
before your parents ever took you to see Cats, they took you to see they took you to see or they rented Lady and the Tramp.
Yep.
So that's the deal. That's the deal. That was our big failure. I feel silly about that. But that's we're idiots. We don't know what we're talking about most of the time. We're going to talk tomorrow about The Hobbit, and we're going to say some pretty stupid things
I mean,
because
I
we're
mean,
idiots.
we're not planning on saying stupid things, but let's be honest, the odds are not in our favor.
If we plan on saying stupid things, we probably wouldn't be able to. It'd probably all come out smart. That's how bad we are. But you know what? That's all we have to say tonight. Thank you for listening to us. I mean,
Indeed.
because we're idiots. I wouldn't, but whatever. Cool.
Right, right. But we're thankful that you listen to us, idiots.
And the reason we know we're idiots is we find out is because you people email and text us and say stuff like schmuck,
Yeah.
idiot. What is
Yeah.
wrong with your stupid face?
Feel
So,
free. Feel free.
Yeah.
We're wide open. Or leave us a comment on the YouTube video. That would be cool too.
on the YouTubes.
Or email us at secondbreakfastpodcast@gmail.com. Just let us know that we're idiots some way.
Tell your friends about us,
Yeah.
particularly if they're famous or rich or both.
Right. Or astonishingly good looking.
That's for Andy. I'm all set. But if Andy, if you have
you can
astonishing
window shop. Guys, this has been another Second Breakfast
window
podcast.
shopping, window shopping.
I'm
Okay.
Andy Roth. That's Phil Duvall. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.